Hey, Jay Clark with RacerX Tested. Today we're going to give you some tips on washing a bike. We got a CRF 250 here. We're going to give you a few tips on how to wash it properly. I know it might sound like a simple deal, but it's good to do a good job on it and to keep on it, and also just to keep an eye on. And when you wash it, you're checking things every time you wash the bike. And so we're going to kind of touch base on that. This bike's been ridden a couple times on some dry California tracks, so it's really not that dirty. But we're going to just give some tips on how to do that correctly. Okay, so one of the first steps we do, if you're not going to change your air filter, if your air filter is still clean, then we'll tape up, and this prevents water from getting all over your air filter. We'll tape up right here and try to prevent getting a lot of water in there. That just doesn't stop everything from getting into your air filter, but it stops most of it. So we'll block off all the holes there. If you want to be really sano, you could tape all around the whole seat. So we'll tape around there and can even tape to the back of the seat a little bit where it runs down in there. So in this case, we're going to go ahead and change the air filter. And so we're going to, this allows us to clean the air box real nice. I like to do this, every few times. And so what we simply do is pull the seat off. It's nice to, and at this time we're going to pull the air filter out of the bike and pull it out, and then to clean out the air boot. So in this case, we want to try and get all the debris from falling into the air boot while we're washing. But now we install Twin Air makes a block-off plate that blocks off the whole air filter setup, which is really sano. To just block it completely off, and we're good to go. So now we can wash out the entire area here. Also, the less you wash your seat, the better too. You're getting less water on your seat, and that helps keep the seat from getting really soft. So in this case, it's nice just to throw the bolts back in the number plates here. It keeps the number plates from flying around when you're washing without the seat on. And then if you have a plug, you can throw a plug in the exhaust, like so, and now we're completely sealed up. So either you tape up the sides of the air filter, the air box, or duct tape them, or put the Twin Air block off. If you don't have a plug, we use duct tape a lot of times just because we always have it and we're always taping stuff up. So you can just throw duct tape right over, like so, and you're good to go. And you're not blasting on there real hard anyway. You want to try to keep your nice FMS sticker clean there and that deal. So now we'll give you some tips on washing it. Okay, so in this case, it's nice just to do a little pre-soak, especially if your bike's really muddy. Just get in there and soak all the mud, and while you're setting up, get everything all wet before you spray any cleaner on it. Just get it all wet, and that kind of loosens things up a little bit before you get started. Okay, so at this point, it's a good idea to lay the bike over. That's how the bike got dirty, from the bottom up. So I like to lay it over and do both sides of the bike, and you can find little places that the dirt likes to hide on your bike. So lay that thing over, and a good power washer is really nice to have. We have a Karcher with a Honda motor, 6.5 horsepower motor. Things last a long time, really good. Okay, so at this point we flip the bike over to the other side. So every time you flip it over, you can kind of see different areas that the dirt hides. It doesn't take a long time if you got it pre-soaked and got a really strong, good power washer. It's a good idea to clean inside the airbox. Since you got that cover on there, you can clean all your debris out of there. Don't stay on places for a real long time in one spot, so you're wearing out your bearings and linkages a little sooner. So at this point, it's a really good idea to spray the bike with some good cleaner. We use Scrubbing Bubbles, get it at Costco in bulk. It's really cheap. Simple Green works good. Just spray around. It's not very tough on your parts. It doesn't stain your aluminum or magnesium. That's one thing that you got to watch out for with some cleaners. So we'll spray it around, and then with some good Scotch-Brite pads, we use those red ones, you can buff out the frame really nice. And if you do that every time, your frame stays looking nice. We'll kind of do around there and a little bit on the swing arm if you don't have any graphics on there. So that pretty much gets you ready to kind of finish it up washing. Also, under the frame here on these aluminum frame bikes, it's really nice just to buff them off real good. When the bike's wet and got the soap on there, it makes it a lot easier to do it. And you can also do the bottom of the engine cases, keep them from getting stained. Now we're going to finish washing the rest of the bike. At this point, it's pretty easy since you've already washed underneath. You're just going to do a quick wash. Everything else you can find. Again, don't try to like nail one spot real hard. You're going to knock your stickers off, or and also penetrate your bearings and seals a lot worse. So at this point, it's a good idea to you're going to blow off everything you can with compressed air. This is what keeps everything from rusting. So you want to get it all out everywhere you can, especially all the joints. You can pull your tape or your plug off the exhaust. You want to go to all the metal parts, especially. The chain rollers, you're going to blow all the water out of the chain. This will help your chain last a lot longer. All the joints, you know, where the foot peg pivots are, all your cable pivot points, your brake points. You want to blow it all out really well everywhere you can. So now we're just going to do a little wipe down on the parts, the plastic parts, which you really don't have to blow off as much. You're just going to wipe her down. And at this point, we're looking over the bike as we did when we washed it for any loose bolts, anything that's worn. This is the best time you find stuff that's going wrong with your bike. And at this time, we'll lube up the chain. Got a little Silcoline all-in-one, kind of like a WD-40 type stuff, and then have some Pro Prep for the plastic, give you a little shine. You spray that on there, and you can just rub it all off. That works really well. So at this time, we'll bleed the forks. We'll check the chain. We'll check the sprocket bolts, the nuts, to see if they're loose. We just have a little checklist we go across the bike as we're done here. So at this point, we'll put a new filter in, which you can check out the filter videos, of course. Throw a new filter in, and put our seat back on. We're ready to go.